guys and gals? Never here from Drake Wing Game, and a 70 Mounts Word of the Gaming Drag today. I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of No More Future. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. I didn't say anything back then, but I could tell. And now, seeing how those people were looking at you back there, like you were a rabid animal or something, I don't know. I got upset. I got really upset. Made me realize how you must feel every day of your life now that you're synthetic. She hesitates to speak further, but your silence eventually encourages her to continue. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have scared them off. And now that they were almost letting you be in peace. But when I saw that look in your eyes and imagined the way you must be feeling right now, I felt like I had no choice. I don't want you to look like that. I don't want you to feel that way. I want to help. The canine's words pierce your solid exterior like a jolt of lightning, stirring up feelings and thoughts in you that you tried so long to put to rest. A warm sensation begins to overtake you, slowly overpowering the coldness that has taken hold of you ever since you left that restaurant. I'm sorry I wasn't supposed to do that. It's my fault. I should just... Natalie makes as if to stand up, but you immediately lay your hand on her shoulder, the same way she laid hers on yours just a few minutes earlier. And though your touch is nowhere near as mellow as hers was, it causes enough of a stir in her disposition that it soon convinces her to sit back down. It's okay. You're okay. I'm not sure whether what you did was good or not, but I appreciated it. At least you think so. Really? Yeah. I mean, it was harsh, but at least it got the job done. You're right. I don't like the way those people look at or think of me, and right now I'm in no mood to deal with it. I wanted some time to myself. Some time to talk with you. You did? Good question. The idea of discussing what happened at the restaurant with Natalie resurfaces in your mind. Though you scorned such thoughts off before for obvious reasons, now that everyone else has left, you're quite close to reconsidering. After all, we'll have to tackle the elephant in the room at some point, right? Isaac, are you okay? Natalie stares at you with big, curious eyes, but you're not sure how you're meant to answer that question right now. Nonetheless, you try. Look, I'm really upset too. You know that, right? My mind's all over the place right now. I know you're asking me to open up to you, but I'm afraid that if I do, I won't be able to rein myself in anymore. I might start yelling at you too, and who knows what I could say. I don't want... It's okay. Natalie pats your back reassuringly with a happy smile on her face. I know what I'm asking for, all right? You don't need to warn me. I can tell you're bottling up a lot of stuff inside, and it's not very pleasant either, is it? I want to help, even if you wind up saying some mean things by accident. Even if I deserve it. You gaze into her eyes. Your friend is more confident in herself than ever before, ready to weather your storm with nothing but her seat to hold on to. It's inspiring in a way, almost reassuring even. You sigh, already feeling like this is a bad idea. The evil thoughts encircling your mind like ravenous crows seem to think so, at least. But it's about time you confronted them head on, once and for all. Jasper told me about Pandora, back at the restaurant. Taking a water time. Alright. That one's down. One to go. Alrighty. About its beginnings, its purpose, its legacy. Natalie's head tells some curiosity and uncertainty. I see. I'm sorry, but I don't think I follow. What bothered you about your conversation with Jasper? What bothers me is that neither you nor Mary ever spoke of this with me before. You didn't mean to shout just now, but when the words came out, so too did the anger you were unknowingly repressing. Why did you never mention anything about how Pandora owns nearly every business in the world? About where they get the money to fund the synthetic project from? Didn't you think it's important to tell me about the corporation who owns me right now? Hold on a moment, slow down. What exactly did Jasper tell you? You're going all over the place. Noticing the frightful look on your face isn't going away anytime soon, Natalie's quick to explain herself further. I don't mean to deflect or anything, I just want to know what you're talking about. I can't understand you if we're not on the same page. It takes a while for your anger to mellow down, but eventually you agree to the girl's request with a sigh. Alright, I might as well start in order. You tell your friend every little secret that Drake had whispered to you, beginning with your first conversation in his car in the same order he chose, skipping over your many, many objections, of course. You stop yourself just short of Bradbury's arrival on the scene, once you feel like you've given your friend enough information to justify your disappointment. And that's that. As far as I understand it now, anyway. But I want to hear it from you. Why didn't you tell me anything about this before? It takes a while for Natalie to answer, but not quite as long as you thought you'd need. Well, for starters, it never really came up, did it? I mean, you said it yourself, didn't you? How Mr. Morgan kind of went out of his way to start this whole debacle? It's not like there was ever a time in the few days we've known each other where the topic really came up on its own. You try to think of a comeback for the Labrador's objection, taking quite a few seconds of silence to do so. You feel almost relieved when you can't find one. I guess I can agree with that. I can't think of a time where it would have felt right for you to bring this stuff up on your own, all things considered. I know, right? I'm not the kind of person who just starts lecturing their friends about politics or economics out of the blue with no real reason. Especially when I think they're already aware of it all anyway. Though you were beginning to calm down thanks to the canine's explanation, that last careless comment once again has you on edge. Hold on, are you kidding me? How in the world could I have ever known all this stuff before? Your sudden outburst is enough to move even the Labrador, though she tries her best to stay calm. I mean, it's not like that it's that big of a secret, right? Back at my old college, pretty much everybody... For some reason, Natalie stops herself mid-sentence and starts over as nothing had happened. And anyway, everyone at Pandora is aware of it. Even newbies like me. Is it really that strange to assume someone else has already filled you in? Or that you already came in knowing all this? You make as if to shout, but all strength leaves you right before you can do anything of the sort. Second, yeah? You feel like you should be angry, yet all you can feel right now is the unbridled weight of your own inexcusable ignorance. Who am I kidding? I'm an idiot! I really am the only one out of the loop. The only one who thinks Pandora owning the entire planet sounds totally surreal. You turn to face Natalie once more, whose frightened look has turned into an apprehensive one. Am I really the only one who has a problem with this? Who thinks Pandora being everything at once is a big deal? I don't know, Isaac. This is just how the world works, I guess. I can't say it affects me quite the same way it does you. It's not that different from how people think it works, is it? It's just a little different. Doesn't sound right, you reason. She can't really think so little of this, can she? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Bradbury seemed to think so, too. Hold on, Bradbury showed up? The Labrador appears rather startled by the sudden mention of that name. You can't exactly blame her for it. Yeah, after Jasper told me all this stuff. Rather abruptly, I might add. At first, it looked like he was just trying to rile us up, but then he said that Pandora really is the only thing keeping the world together, that nobody can live without it. And all it takes is for Jasper to go away for the entire company to fall and to take the whole world with it. Even now, you can't help but to cringe at everything you had to listen to, at the harsh discussion you bore witness to. You feel your legs twitch underneath your seat as you relive that conversation 1,000 times in your mind, examining every word over and over, looking for double meanings, exploring every awful possibility. Was he trying to piss off Jasper? Is that the real reason he joined us? Or was he trying to unsettle me? Make me worry about the corporation that's responsible for me even existing right now? Isaac, what are you... And yet, worrying about these things doesn't help. It doesn't help you feel any better. Quite the opposite, actually. The more you try to focus on what just happened, the more you find yourself reliving even older memories, trying to find meaning where there seemingly is none. Your first awakening as a synthetic, your first meeting with Jasper and Bradbury, and the grisly debate between the Drake, the Siamese, and the owners. Without warning, you begin to shake your head violently, fuming at all the questions you still can't answer, vexed at all the inconsistencies you can't explain, disappointed in yourself for not realizing that things would escalate to this point, for believing your world would always stay as simple as it used to be. Fuck, why am I even thinking about this stuff? What the hell's even going on anymore? You're crying a few decibels away from becoming a full-on shout, yet you can't bring yourself to care right now. It's like I suddenly got drafted for a war I never asked for. I don't even know whose side I'm on. What does Jasper want from me? What does Bradbury want from me? And why does Mary keep hiding all this shit from me? Are they trying to pit me against each other? Is that what's happening? Isaac. Natalie tries to reach you in your shock, but it only causes you to retreat further and further into yourself. It's like, I never asked for any of this. I never wanted any of this. This technology, this body, it was supposed to let me go back to my old life and continue from where I left off. Instead, all I got is a different life, surrounded by strangers who lie to insult me everywhere I go, by CEOs and federal agents and journalists who can't wait for me to fall. Isaac! Again, you hear Natalie's voice, but the only sound that truly reaches your ears are your own words, muffled against the clasped hands that are pressing against your muzzle. It's not fair. It's not right. This isn't what I should be losing my mind over. I just want to go back to being me again. You spend some time like this, cradling your head with your robotic claws as your voice and breathing becomes fuzzier and fuzzier. It feels miserable to do this in front of Natalie. To know she's watching as you pour your heart out in regret and frustration. And yet, what else can you do? How are you supposed to get out of this situation? How are you meant to escape from those two madmen and all the evils they've unleashed upon? Then do it. Natalie's response is so quiet and curt, you almost don't hear it. Huh? I'm going to pretend to know what exactly happened between you, Jasper, and Bradbury, but if you really don't care about all this nonsense, what's stopping you from tuning it all out? It's just like you said, whatever's going on between Jasper and Bradbury is not your problem. You don't need to worry about what those jerks are saying or doing behind your back. They're just two idiots playing petty war games with each other. If you don't want them to drag you down to their level, then hold on to something and stand your fucking ground. Strange. Aside from before, when she started shouting at those people, you've never heard her speak so solemnly before. So determinedly. It's uncharacteristic for her, for sure. And yet, in spite of how brusque they are, her words somehow reach you better than empty apologies or kind-hearted suggestions ever could. But they're nothing, Isaac. Nothing but trouble that you never asked for. You weren't born to be their tool or their trophy or their soldier. You were born to be yourself. This isn't your battle, Isaac. This isn't your problem. You turn to face your friend, once again, an unsure look on your face. If you could still cry, your face would be bathed in tears. Are you sure about that? Absolutely! You said it best yourself. You joined this project because you wanted to be with your family again. Because you wanted to be yourself again. And you can still do that. You should still do that. You can forget about those two asshats anytime you wish, and go back to doing what you want to do. What you should be doing. Does Natalie truly mean what she says? She's not wrong, is she? No, of course she's not. In fact, she's more right than ever. You've given too much credit to those two losers. Two losers who never shut up about how worthless and miserable you are, no less. How could you ever possibly allow yourself to stoop to their level? To let them convince you that the endless vitriol that spews out of their mouth is worth anything to you? You feel almost embarrassed for yourself. You're right. Thanks, Nats. Upon hearing your thankful words, Natalie's lips crack into a smile once again. There we go! It's nice to see you smiling again! Honestly, I kinda got worried I was speaking out of turn there for a second. No, it's alright. I needed to hear that. It was kinda like talking with Mary for just a moment. You sure she isn't rubbing off on you? The Labrador chuckles at your comment. Well, with us working so close together, I'm bound to learn a thing or two from her over time. But for real, you don't have to worry about Jasper and Bradbury if you don't want to. Me, Barry, and the rest of the team can take care of them for you. That's nice of you to say, but honestly, I don't think it's that simple. Jasper said he wants to bring me on more outings in the future, and with the owners sponsoring this idea, I don't think even Mary could stop him. As for Bradbury, well, I don't think there's anything anyone could do to keep him away. Your much-needed reality check sours the mood of your friend considerably, but she tries her best to stay positive nonetheless. Alright, so you can't avoid those two forever. That's fine. I mean, even I still have to see Mr. Morgan from time to time, but you won't have to do all that. You don't have to do that all the time. And you can keep those interactions to a minimum, and try to get past them as fast as you can. That way you can go back to doing what you really should be doing. Alright, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. And to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman, thank you going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thanks to our 3 gold tier patrons, Zeke, Toby, and Blue Wolf Alpha. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if you want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Not Safe for Work contents as little as $5. And if y'all don't want to donate to our Patreon, you can also donate using Super Thanks on YouTube. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!